Alright, as we wrap things up here in this third chapter of our Look at Outlook 2007, I want to show you how to print out an email, and it may seem probably the most basic task in the world, and close to right. Alright, as we wrap things up here in this third chapter of our Look at Outlook 2007, I want to show you how to print out an email, and it may seem probably the most basic task in the world, and close to right. It's a pretty easy thing to do in Outlook. You just choose the file menu generally, and then click on print for any selected email. You don't even have to have the email open up. You certainly could. You could open it up, and from the message view, which we've dealt with already, you have the ability to print the email, and for that you use the Office button. You can also even customize your quick access toolbar, so you have the print preview item there, or the quick print, so you just bam, send it off to your default printer. Or you could use the Office button, and you could print it out to either print, opens up a dialog box that looks like this, and you only get one option, by the way, and I'll show you the difference here. But if I select print and then click on print here, you only have one option. It's a memo style, and you can also set your page setup. So if you want to define anything about the header and footer, notice that there's a footer added automatically for you. That's the page number. So if you have a 5-page email, you'll be able to track the pages of it. So you can add other things if you want to the header and footer if you want to. All you gotta do is set your insertion points, and if you want a timestamp in it, bingo, put the time it was printed, fine, whatever. You can also go to your print preview from here. There's a lot of different ways to go to your print preview and see exactly what the memo or what the email would look like in the memo format here. There's your timestamps and there's your page number in the header and footer. So all that I think is fairly self-explanatory. You can go back to your page setup and make changes if you want to, or you can just simply close out. So all that can be done here from your message view. Or you can also do it just by selecting it in your inbox and using the print feature in your toolbar, your standard toolbar, or using the file menu. You can click on print or print preview or do those page setup things we talked about. What I wanted to point out here about your printing options, and a lot of people don't realize this, is that if you're dealing with just the view of all your messages, as most people do, you can also print out all of your email. Now this would just print out like a list of all the email. It doesn't print out each individual email. But if you select table style, you can go to page setup and get kind of an idea of what that's going to look like. So of course, this can be good sometimes for just simply, giving you something to carry around with you in a folder, or put it in your organizer, your paper organizer, or whatever the case may be. And you could also, of course, to combine a couple different skills as I zoom in here, you could certainly categorize or set your grouping so that you see all the things that are due in the next week and print out just a view of like all these things. In essence, you're printing a to-do list without ever leaving your inbox. And you can do this, of course, again, you can combine a lot of different skills to do this. If you go to the view menu, for example, you could see your messages in the last 7 days and print all those out. File, print, go to your table style, and then of course you can preview that, and those are your messages from the last 7 days, which again could constitute a to-do list. One last thing, if you want to see your messages from the last month or the last 6 months, go to your current view, and you can customize this current view. And here really what you want to focus on is your filter. So the filter is that your messages are selected that have been received in the last 7 days. That's automatically applied when you select that option from the view menu. Well, if you click on the filter button here, it opens up this filter dialog box. And so if you want the messages that have been received in the last month or last week or this week and so on, you can go ahead and select that. Or if you only want the ones that are from a particular person or sent to a particular person, lots of choices in this filter dialog box. You can click on OK, and OK once again. Now, there's nothing that applies in this particular example that I'm showing you, but the concept remains the same. And if you want to go back to the regular view that you're used to, go to your current view and messages. So, the title of this module was how to print an email. I assume that most of you have the skills to do that pretty much in hand already, but if you don't, you know now how to do that. But what I really want you to come away with out of this module is a way to leverage how to print an email with some other technologies or other skills that you've learned now to be able to make that printed piece of paper you have work the best for your particular situation.